What up, Cowboys Nation and YouTubers? It's that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting down below. I make these videos for me and you, and they're a little therapeutic. So, news around the NFL. Let's get the dummy of the day out of the way. That would be the continued saga of Henry Ruggs, who's now an ex-Raider, as they cut him late last night, which was the smart thing to do to get out from the fallout of that whole issue. Apparently, it came out today he was driving at 156 miles per hour. They clocked him on, and it was 127 miles per hour when he hit the other person and deployed his airbag. With him and his girlfriend, I do believe, were in the vehicle. Of course, struck the Toyota, killed the female driver and her dog. Basically, before EMTs or anybody could arrive. Sorry for her family. It's tragic. This guy should not have been driving. Apparently, he had 0.161% alcohol in him, so he was double the legal limit. He's got a bunch of felony charges that he's being filed on him. So yeah, his football career is pretty much done, and he's only 22 years old. I think the DUI itself stands to be 1 to 6 years in prison if convicted, and I do believe the rest of the charges can lead up to 20 years in prison. And there's no probation in Nevada. So, bye-bye Henry Ruggs and his career. Anywho, back to the happy news in the Cowboys. We seem to have another in the long line of linebackers that have won the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. This week, it was Micah Parsons, obviously. He's in the long line of Defensive Players of the Week for the Cowboys. He's one of 5 rookies to win the award, following in the steps of Terrence Newman in 2003, DeMarcus Ware in 2005, Brian McCann, you remember him in 2010, Sean Lee in 2010, and Leighton Vander Esch in 2018. That's a pretty good lineage for linebackers, at least. You got Ware, Lee, and LVE. As long as you can, follow in those footsteps, he's going to have a pretty good career. Also, he is in the first rookie in NFL history to have 10 solo tackles and 4 tackles for loss in one game. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Again, he's just a rookie. So having all this happen is just mind-blowing. And another tidbit that helped him out this game was the fact that Jaron Kearse apparently was the one calling the plays. So they took play calling off of his plate and just let him go out and be a beast, and that helped him free his mind up and be a whole lot more of a wrecking ball on that offensive side. I mean, man, the fact they have the wherewithal to give Jaron Kearse the green dot to call plays on defense was a smart idea leading up to the game. That shows the coaching staff has their faith in him, and it frees up Vander Esch or Micah to do whatever they needed to do, and it showed. I'm not mad at that. Again, this is stuff that y'all saying Mike McCarthy is shit at. You're complaining about clock management, but hit between that little nugget and the fact that they didn't let on that Dak wasn't going to play until game time, it played a huge factor. How much of a factor? Xavier Woods himself came out after the game and said they did not game plan for Cooper Rush, even though Mike Zimmer said earlier that they did. Basically, Xavier Woods opened his mouth, put insert foot, and telling the truth and snitching on his own coach again. For a guy who doesn't play 100% every play, he sure seemed happy on the field, even though they lost. Everson Griffin as well. But that just shows you another wrinkle that Mike McCarthy does when y'all think he's not doing anything. Let's see. Yes. More than likely, Tyron Smith will not play against the Broncos. Kind of figured with the ankle injury and everything. And Broncos and Atlanta aren't exactly, killers on defense that could just blow up a whole game. Not like that turnstile that we used to have come in to replace Smith. I can't remember that boy's name, thank God. But I think it's a good idea to have him sit, rest, and heal. Hopefully that bone spur can move on, or they can treat it enough to where he can finish out the season and into the playoffs, hopefully. So we'll have to see. I'm sure they're going to monitor that. Cooper Rush. Not Cooper Rush, but Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb actually fought over who would get the game-winning touchdown. Apparently the call was for double Fs in the huddle, which was Coop. But CD was like, yo, man, you hurt. Let me get it. Let's go double right. And they were like, nah, man, the play's double left. I got it. So it's fun to see teammates going at it, knowing that they're both confident that they're going to come down with it. And Cooper Rush to have the wherewithal to just put it up either way says a lot about him and his talent. Because it worked. So you can't complain. And Amari Cooper being the leader he is, he wanted that ball. Even if he was hurt. All I can say, leader, man. Last but not least, I'm pretty sure you saw it. It was funky. Nobody knew what the hell was going on when they saw it. It was a package where they had all offensive linemen on the field at one time. La'el Collins and Connor McGovern were also lined up in the backfield, flanking Cooper Rush in front of Tony Pollard. And now it's come out from Zach Martin, I do believe. They call it the Hulk package. It's an inverted wishbone or the diamond formation. That's why it looked funky, because we're like, what the hell is this? It's basically putting as much jumbo on for a passing set or rush blockers. And it worked. They said it was 2,187 pounds worth of beef up front for any kind of protection or to lay people out on the way to any kind of rushing yardage. I liked it. It was something they said they came up with that week because, as we know, we didn't know what they were going to do with La'el Collins, and they came up with this jumbo package on the fly. So credit that one to Kellen Moore. For people who hated him or didn't think he'd amount to anything, that boy is coming up with some shit off the fly in a week just to get players onto the field. It's unbelievable. Just like Dan Quinn's doing with the defense to get guys on the field. They're just making up shit to get guys on the field, and it's working. I'm not complaining. It's working. We're winning. This will probably be last time I talk about the Minnesota game because it's Tuesday and now it's Wednesday, hump day, and now it's time to move on to the Denver Broncos. Let's see what happens for practice this week. Let's get Dak back on the field if he's healthy. If not, I don't mind sitting him another week. It is what it is. Let's get these guys healthy for the long run because that's what we're eyeing. One individual game in the season is not going to determine everything. So let's do this one game at a time, all right? Well, that's all I wanted to talk about real quick. Hope you guys have a good hump day. Take care. Be safe out there. This is VA Dallas Cowboy fan. Out.